So at some point, I started thinking that it was important to put together a survey of my work, which I've never done. And I thought I would do it in the context of Treaty 4. My father was from Fort Capel, so every summer I would spend time there. But when I was 5 or 6, I remember him taking me to the park where this Treaty 4 monument was set up and, pointing to this name that was on the monument. This name was Pierre Poitras. For him, this was, very important to show me that. This memory always stayed with me, and I was at one of the powwows where I picked up a copy of this treaty and started using it in my work, at first obscuring the pages, and then slowly over the years finding out more about who this individual was, Pierre Poitras, who happened to be my great-great-grandfather and was on Riel's provisional government. Finally, I had a half-scale model created, which I started playing with. What was happening to monuments back in the early 90s, like with Perestroika, when they started tearing down, statues of Lenin and, of course, the Berlin Wall. So this toppling of monuments goes back to that period. But also, I had an interest in Wounded Knee, and at one point made this Wounded Knee memorial. For me, it was important to look at these ideas and creations of memorializing events. I thought that it was important to create pieces that looked at events in another way. In a way, Small Matters is also from that period. It's like a memorial, only still in a process of becoming more visible. So it's this white text on a white wall. Same with Tribal Relocation Program, which again is white letters on a white wall. So when I was a student, I went through these experimental Indian art programs. And of course, in these art programs, the kind of work that I was looking at was, primarily the Americas. And of course, being from here, there's a big focus on Plains Indigenous work, nomadic pieces that incorporated a lot of different materials. So when I started making art, it was trying to take the same process of mixing and combining materials. I would like to think that all of the pieces are in a process of becoming something else. For me, they're just objects that can be reused and repurposed. I like having that flexibility, mix things up, and to adjust things. Working with Coyote started off as a means of making mistakes, tripping over objects. And it just seemed like the ideal character to use or to blame for anything that didn't work out. I started working with these little portals, these little doorways. For me, they were like an invitation for Coyote to come out and play. So I'd create the doorway with this idea that, he's going to come and interact. And even if I do make a mistake, I can always blame it on him, I guess. In this exhibition, rocks have inspired a number of pieces, such as Mistasne, which was a monument that was actually destroyed. It was blown up. It was in the valley at the place where the Saskatchewan Dam was built. I guess it was felt that it would be better to blow this rock up rather than have it submerged underwater. The other component in that piece is a church from Lebret. I just turned 13 when we moved to Lebret. The symbolism of that place, the church, the residential school, this little road going up the hill, the Stations of the Cross and the little chapel. And even what was up there before, there used to be a shrine up on top there. I wanted to somehow reference the significance of religious structures, I guess, and what would it mean if someone had, destroyed your church or your place of worship. I thought it was interesting.